Lookout Lake is a small community in northeast Washington. Nestled in the Cascade Range of the Rockies, this town of a few hundred residents has seen little change in the last 100 years. Lookout Lake has historically been sustained by resource extraction, like logging and mining, both of which have slowed as the industries have shifted over time. In an effort to maintain economic viability in the 21st century, the town opted to allow new development. In the last few years, new folks have come into town drawn by this development. Small cabins, breweries, outfitters, and other cottage industries have popped up, driven by this goal of growth. As more tourists visit the area, social media has begun to draw even more attention to this sleepy Washington town. A natural tension is rising, old versus new, progress versus change. And in the middle of it all, some have noticed that the woods seem to have some thoughts on this matter as well. So, welcome everybody to the next chapter in our game here.
I really thought you were about to get up and walk away. I was like, what happened?
Wow, what a statement.
We are starting this new arc in a different system. We will be using Monster of the Week by Michael Sands. You may have noticed, some other podcasts have used that as a base before. It is a very narratively driven system based on the Powered by the Apocalypse system. Most of what these guys are going to be doing is rolling 2 dice, adding a relevant thing to it, and that's going to determine their level of success. If they roll really well, they're going to be in charge of the story. And if they roll really poorly, I'm in charge of the story. I think that is more or less, a simple enough intro to get us into what you guys are going to be doing here. So, as the camera, we the audience, can see the camera pan over a long, beautiful lake nestled in the Cascade Mountain Range in Washington, offers very steep valleys and sharp peaks, and the rivers that cut through it provide beautiful scenic opportunities. In the past, the community that developed around here built a dam, created Lookout Lake, and has nestled themselves around it. And so as we fly along this lake, we can see houses and small businesses set up along the shores, cars driving along the roads next to the steep mountains as a blue sky shines, or a blue sky is overhead and the sun shines down into the valley and onto the lake itself. As we make our way through the streets, we can see it's a quiet day. Some random citizens seem to be just, milling about, minding their own business, cars driving through. And as we fall in, we see a pickup truck, Toyota pickup truck, that seems to be pulled up and pulling into a parking space at a local business downtown. A nondescript individual steps out, and Rob, who do we see?
Yeah, thoroughly average-looking, middle-aged white guy in
AKA a hero.
Jack Shoemaker, a nondescript, thoroughly average-looking white guy in a cheap suit, steps out of his truck, which is emblazoned with the logo for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, shuts the door on his 1990 Toyota Hilux. It's aside from the logo on the side of it, it is a pretty nondescript looking white pickup truck. It has what looks to be a large diamond plate toolbox in the back of it. And while it is old, it does seem well taken care of. Some, couple dents and scrapes and spots here and there, but still looking like it's in decent shape. And he is taking in the town. Pulled into the parking lot of a small local diner.
That's what it's called too.
Yeah. Does this place have a name, Bill?
What do you think it's called? Oh yeah, I guess that's a good side note for our audience to know, is that, again, because of the system, it's a very sort of cooperative system. And again, like if they're rolling well, they're in control of things. So a lot of this town is sort of just hazy fog of war things until we define them, and then they come into existence. I did not want to create a fully realized place that these guys would have no say over.
So yeah, this is Maxine's, kind of just a classic roadside diner heading into Lookout Lake.
All right, so as you walk into Maxine's, it is around lunchtime, a little early, we'll say maybe like 11:30. So while the full rush isn't here yet, you see the assortment of usual characters. How long has Jack been in town?
He has just arrived.
Okay, so then you wouldn't recognize any of these folks by face or by name. But it's the usual cast of characters that you see in sort of any diner at this time. You're going to see some old retired guys pouring over a cup of coffee at the bar. You see a few lonely folks sitting in booths. Alone folks, I guess I should say. Lonely is presumptuous. A few solo folks eating lunch and just minding their business. And
does anybody stick out to me? I do feel like Jack is the kind of guy that would naturally kind of look for.
I would say your first blush, no one really sticks out until you take a look off to the far end of the bar. Like I said, you would just notice some guys sitting with their cups of coffee, but you notice one individual who looks a little preoccupied, maybe a little distant. It seems to be looking at a few files in front of him, sitting on the bar. Nick, who do we see?
You see Mark William Findyah. He's a grizzled gumshoe who is sitting in this corner, taking a drag on a cigarette, muttering grizzled things under his breath, drinking we'll lead all the way into it, a black cup of coffee.
Is he eating anything?
The cigarette that he just finished smoking.
Yeah, he's actually, as soon as the cigarette's gone, he just starts chewing on it.
Just rips the nicotine patch off his arm and shoves it in his mouth.
And Jack, that is what sticks out to you in this moment.
That he's eating the cigarette he just smoked.
Yes. One, that there is a smoker in a bar in a diner in 2025, and two, that he just ate the cigarette that he finished.
Well, I mean, I think I would recognize him. Mark, I believe, is the one that gave me the call to come out here. So I sidle up to the counter and take a seat next to him. Well, long time no see, detective. Hopefully years have been good to you.
Stare at him for a moment. I gesture to my face. You tell me.
Yeah, you look about the same as when I saw you last, yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's, same shit, different day. Same cruel, unfeeling world.
You got kind of a tan now, though, so it's getting, seems like the woods have been good to you in that way, at least. Getting a little sunshine.
Thanks. No, they opened up a salon in town. I've actually just been doing the tanning bed things,
nice.
Yeah.
I thought about that. Seems like it might be a nice way to, have some time to think. All by yourself.
That's the reason I don't want to go back. I don't need time alone to think. My thoughts are constantly occupying me and haunting every crevice of happiness that I can try to find within my own internal mind palace.
Yeah, that sounds rough. What exactly can I do for you? I mean, I'm very happy I got an opportunity to make a square. I just, you didn't really share a lot of details when you reached out.
Gonna be frank with you, I shared about as much as I knew.
Now, at this point, Bill, I will ask, at what liberty do I have to say why he's here?
Oh,
Okay.
No, too much freedom. Give me things.
okay. I would say
No, not me, Nick.
no. I know. The first you've noticed that there's been a lot of weird stuff going on at the new construction sites where they're trying to build a new resort at the edge of the lake.
Okay.
That is the extent of what you know so far, is that you have gotten reports from the construction workers that there's something weird at the construction sites there.
Okay, cool.
Jack, I'm gonna be real with you. I've told you about everything that I know at this point, but it seemed like based on the last time we interacted that this might be something that fell within your expertise. They're building a construction site in town as part of this whole new economic expansion that they're doing. But there's been reports of weird stuff happening. People seeing things, construction workers hearing things, strange things left at the site. But keeping it vague. I'm not on the force anymore. I don't get to really see all the ins and outs, but it's enough that that I wanted a different perspective. Somebody who's not inundated in the politics of this town. Somebody who can see this with more of a fresh set of eyes. And by God, you've got some of the freshest eyes I've seen.
That's awful sweet of you, Mark. Yeah, I'll happy to help however I can. I have been haven't really stopped since Boise though, so wouldn't mind getting some breakfast first.
Oh my God, they've got the best pies here. You have pie for breakfast too, right?
No, man.
No.
No.
What are you talking about? I've been having an apple pie here every morning for the past 6 years, and I gotta say, I don't feel any different, but the pie's good.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. Every day. Why do you say that like it's a weird thing? Like it's not just like what anyone would do if you're just like... Because what I like about it is you can just kind of look off in the distance and not even realize that you're eating it. And that way you can eat more pie.
Well, shit, man. No wonder you're feeling like shit. That's a lot of pie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like a good bowl of ice cream myself, but I mean, every day. I mean, that's
the doctors did tell me. I don't go to those quacks super often, but the last time I went, he did tell me that my cholesterol was abnormally high. But what does that mean? Like, what is he comparing that to?
Yeah, I'd imagine. I mean, there are medical baselines. But
you know, they have a whole breakfast menu though. If you're not feeling that,
yeah, I'll probably just go with farmer's breakfast, bacon and eggs and the like. Yeah. Excuse me.
Hey, Gertrude.
Yeah, honey, what do you need?
Oh,
my friend here is looking to get breakfast.
Nice to meet you, honey. What do you want?
hi, ma'am. Just like I said, maybe just a little farmer's breakfast. You whip up something like that? Sausage, couple pancakes. Some eggs on the side?
Absolutely, honey. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Much appreciated.
At that
So,
moment,
Jack,
you hear the... Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
I was about to go on a much longer tangent, so go ahead.
Yeah, well, you can in one moment. In that, you hear the diner door, the bell on the door jingle as someone walks in. You can carry on talking, but Steve, you've now stumbled into the diner. You see at least one guy you know, I believe.
So a youngish man, you'd see him as about 17, going on 18.
A child. I
yes.
think is what you're going
A
for.
youngish
when you
man,
say
whatever you
youngish
call
man.
those.
Like one of those like real young men.
Yeah. He opens the door, and as he opens the door, he accidentally hits a waitress and knocks a plate of food out of her hands. It crashes to the ground with like a loud crash. And as he does so, he sees her and he goes, "Oh gosh! I'm sorry. I didn't. That was totally my fault. I should have really paid more attention. I'm so sorry about that. Here, let me help you clean." And as he's saying sorry over and over again, if you were to actually be observing him, you would be seeing his eyes glow a faint violet as he surreptitiously absorbs a portion of this waitress's life force with his effusive apologetics.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's
Oh, I'm
fine.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, let me get that for you. And I'm like bumbling and causing even more of an issue with her, trying to help her.
Please, sir, just sit down. It's fine. Just sit down. I will clean it up. Just sit down, please.
Okay. I'm sorry. I could pay for that too. You know, if you want. And the irises just glow a faint purple, a faint violet or amethyst color.
I might only because I know we'd spoken, Steve. Because I know you said surreptitious. Is it intentional?
Well, it's breakfast time for him too.
So it's maple
So
syrup.
it isn't such intriguing.
I had originally had an idea where if we were doing like separate character intros where he would be in like a funeral home, just sort of like pretending like he's supposed to be there and just saying, you know, sorry to people whose relatives have passed away.
Sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss. But yeah, so
I would table that. We could make that work.
yeah. So this is Edmund Ed Colby. He is a vampire. However, he is a regional breed of vampire. There are vampires around the world that different breeds based on locale and their upbringing and abilities. And he is a Canadian breed of vampire, where instead of blood, he drains people of their life. Subtly drains people of never taking too much of their life, if he can help it, life force, by generally being apologetic and feeding off of their just sort of irritation with his whole demeanor. He's wearing like a green sweater and brown slacks, very sort of just, you know, run-of-the-mill guy. His cheekbones are abnormally sharp with just, you know, very pretty. He's a very pretty young man, but does not dress in any sort of attractive way. And he has a hint of sadness to him, like an actual real sadness. And he walks in and sees an opportunity to feed. This is his morning breakfast.
Yeah, so Mark and Jack, you just heard a waitress lose her breakfast to the ground and a very overly apologetic Canadian man stumble in. Do either of you react to him?
I stare in shock for a moment. Like, I had the split-second visceral reaction to looking at this person, and then I kind of calmed down a little bit, but still look a little rattled.
Yeah, Jack turns around, definitely notices him, has a minute where he realizes that his hand has drifted toward his handgun before he makes eye contact with Ed, and then
Ed doesn't want to see his hand where his hip be at.
Makes a point of kind of re-snapping the holster and adjusting his jacket, and brings both of his hands up on so they're above the counter.
Did I refresh me, Bill? This thing we talked about like an hour ago. I know Jack. What did I?
You don't know Jack.
Yes. What do I know Mark from again?
I don't know if you actually know Mark. Mark is reminded of his former partner.
Yeah,
I don't know if you actually know him.
We can discover that now.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah, that's.
I forgot. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to throw the whole thing off there. A little wisp of green energy floats from Rob's mouth as I absorb it.
Aha! Now that you take in my energy and immediately start dying.
Yeah.
The power of American energy.
Yes. It's toxic to Canadians.
Exactly. So I see Jack, and after this little feeding session, and I freeze in place, scared, because I did see his hand where his hip be at.
When I see him freeze, I just call out, "How's it going, Ed?"
Oh, Jack. Oh, hey there, Jack. Oh gosh, golly, I did not know that you were going to be in town here.
Yeah, I was. I didn't think I'd be seeing you around here.
Oh, well, you know, I just and I walk closer to try to be less.
Yeah, why don't
start
you
shouting across the diner.
Why don't you come on over? We got some catching up to do. Looks like.
Yeah. Hey, Jack. Oh, I'm sorry about that. No, I'm passing through town here. I got this, notion that I would look around. I would, oh gosh,
Yeah,
I'm so nervous.
It's all right, but I remember we had a conversation up in that oil field up in Alberta there. I seem to recall that you were going to stay out of my neighborhood.
Well, it's hard to know what your neighborhood is going to be. I just you travel a lot.
Everything south of that border's my neighborhood, Ed.
Gosh, Jack, I know that, but look, over the
I am always happy to welcome visitors. It's just, after our previous interaction, I would have appreciated kind of a heads up. When I see you just show up out of nowhere, it starts putting me on the wrong impression. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Jack, I know.
Jack, you gonna introduce me to your friend here?
Oh, hi. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, watch
I'm sorry
it with
about that. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm not sorry. No, that doesn't feel right either. The name's Ed.
Mark, this is Ed.
Ed Colby, and I reach to shake his hand.
I don't immediately take it. I'm still giving you this weird look of recognition and suspicion.
You remember that? You remember how you found me with a team of guys out there around Tacoma, and that little spot of bother we had. Ed here, we had a similar interaction. He was just on the, he was the bother, if you catch my drift.
You mean separate from the videotape incident?
Yeah, when that weird little drowned girl, that ghost was running around ringooing everybody.
Look, you say ghost,
Hey,
whatever the issue was, I don't want to get involved. I don't
Hey,
necessarily believe in that wooey stuff.
Hey, I don't
Wooey
I don't
stuff?
need your-
Wait, now, hold your horses now. I'm sorry, but that's a little offensive, wooey stuff. I don't go around disbelieving in your existence, buddy boy.
I know there are things out there that do not have a current explanation, but there's enough weird shit, evil shit in this world, this flesh and blood and matter world that we occupy without getting too lost in the weeds. Thanks,
A
Gertrude.
big plate of food is plopped in front of you.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Can I grab a cup of tea also?
Absolutely.
And can I get another pie? That's right, I want another whole pie.
Mark, you really gotta watch that.
It's okay, smoking keeps my metabolism up.
All right. Now, Ed, are you why he called me out here?
No,
Are you-
I swear,
Are you bothering folks out here?
Jack, I swear, no, since I was about to say Manitoba, since Alberta, since Saskatoon, since our little issue, I've been on the straight and narrow. I just take a little bit here or there to sustain, but I don't hurt nobody. I'm very open about that. I've been very good so far. I just, after 200 years bumming around Canada looking for someone, I'm pretty sure I crisscrossed that great land a number of times, and I just, there's just nothing there for me. So yes, I'm sorry, but I did come to your neck of the woods to just, I got my RV parked at the park over here, and I'm just, traveling, just looking for, who I'm looking for.
No,
I'm sorry, Jack. Did this guy say 200 years?
Yeah, so pretty wooey, right? Yeah, that's that wooey stuff we were talking about. Wait, hold on. That's that wooey stuff we were talking about.
Look, Jack, I know I called you here for an area of expertise, but is this weird baggage you're bringing? Did he come because of you? Because you guys seem to have look.
No, I think this is more of a strange coincidence. Last time Ed and I met, it was up on a burning oil rig surrounded by dead Mounties, and I thought we decided to leave things where they were.
Now,
so...
Jack, those Mounties were coming right for me, all right? And I have a right to defend myself.
Ed, and I told you, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you then. It's not my department. It's not my jurisdiction. The problem is now you are in my jurisdiction. You see? This isn't personal. Kid, I'm just, trying to avoid these kind of interactions.
I know, Jack. I'm so lonely, and I couldn't find anyone in Canada.
All right, just order some breakfast.
Oh, I just ate. Thank you.
Get a cup of coffee, then. You look weird sitting there with nothing in front of you.
Oh, all right. I'll have a cup of human coffee, please. I say to Gertrude.
Human? Yeah, fine, whatever. Here you go, hon.
Or Colombian, whatever you have, Gertrude. It's on me.
It's fine, as I understand. He already owes us for the plate that went on the ground, so it's all right. Here you go, honey.
Hey,
Gertrude, I got that. Don't worry.
Put all this on my tab.
No, Jack. I insist.
Yeah, I'm not even going to drink this, so I feel really bad now about, this largesse. I'm not used to this sort of thing. It's,
I mean, don't get too sentimental about it. It's going on my expense account, so, I mean, I'm not exactly out of pocket.
Also, Jack, to be fair, it's not exactly like your country's been too welcoming to folks from my neck of the woods recently.
Well, and that's why I don't want you getting the wrong idea. I got nothing against the good Canadian people. I got something against psychic vampires wandering around eating people's souls.
Psychic vampire?
I don't eat the whole soul. Look, we talked about this. I take nibbles.
At length.
As you guys are talking, what you don't notice is that Gertrude has been standing just inside the kitchen, near the little diner window, listening to you guys. Carry on.
But we don't notice
You
that.
don't notice that. This is what we, the camera notices this.
Okay. All right.
Got any siblings, Ed?
No, unfortunately, I was born. I had about 8 or 9 siblings, really, but they all, living in the Canadian wilderness in the 18th century. It was a bit rough and tumble. So most of them died during childbirth, or during childhood. I was really the only one to survive. But it is what it is. We pick up and we mosey on the best we can.
It is what it is. I can drink to that.
Yeah, that
my
sounds-
coffee's empty, so I just eat another cigarette.
You got a fresh pie in front of you.
I said the smoking helps with the metabolism, so if I eat a cigarette, I can then eat a pie.
I see him.
That's just science.
I see him do that, and I turn to Jack and I say, "Like that's any weirder than what I do, Jack?"
No.
It's just
not especially.
Just Ed. Sorry, when you walked in, I thought I saw a ghost. You reminded me of someone.
Well, I
Someone
am quite pale. That's what comes from the whole vampirism thing.
Now I gotta. Sorry, I gotta circle us back here. Now, Ed, have you been hanging out up around the lake?
No, I've been keeping. I got my RV parked in the RV park on the outskirts of town here, and I just come into town every so often. I'm just passing through. I've only been here for about a week or so. Eventually, I'll pick up and continue on my way. Why, something going on? Why, something going on? What are you doing here?
In that moment, Mark flips the papers he's been looking at around for y'all to look at.
I finished the map maze on the back of my map, but that's not important. I also have these documents, and I reach into a briefcase and I pull out new papers. So,
sorry,
whatever.
Sorry, I really went in on the no but there, and I didn't even realize I was doing it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I spent all that money on those improv classes. No, I have nothing to do with what's going on.
You're crazy. We're on Mars.
Yeah. What a weird train this is.
Why is everyone so quiet? So yes, the scrawled notes that you guys can look at, that Mark had taken thus far, was that he had spoken with Carlos. He is the foreman on the construction site for the resort project that's happening at the far end of Lookout Lake. Carlos had noted that when he came onto the site the one morning, that several of the trees along the edge of the site that had not been touched or cleared were bent all the way down, touching the ground without having snapped. There were 4 of them right along the tree line that were all bent backwards, presenting the trunk side of the tree towards the construction site. As well, he also noticed that 2 of the pieces of heavy equipment that had been parked were moved and were facing each other. That much he is unsure about, because they do leave the keys in the machines. However, they don't know what could have done the thing with the tree.
I explain that.
I'm in over my head, but I thought maybe you've seen something like this.
Trees? Sure, yeah, I've seen lots of trees.
Yeah, no, not the trees, the bent. God, 200 years old?
Sorry, my character has a 0 for sharp, so that is how he will be played by me.
Oh, okay.
Not terribly observant vampire. Look, you can live for a long time, and it's important to be observant about certain things, but you only got so much rattle around up in the old brain case here.
Look, I know my way around logging equipment. It doesn't look like it was done by any machine that I'm aware of. Don't know what could have even done that. It apparently all happened between Carlos looking from one day to the next.
Yeah, I mean, could be.
You've been around 200 years. You haven't seen anything?
I've seen trees, and I've seen trees knocked down. I mean...
Oh, my God. Jack, what about you?
Bill, I was going to say, Bill, do you want me to roll to see if any of this
Yeah,
is right?
actually, roll to investigate a mystery.
And that is... sharp. 2d6, you said, right?
Yep.
I got a 10.
Okay. So, full success. I would say...
For some reason.
Yes. It's probably just your longevity and perhaps your Canadianness, but you have heard of a lot of this over the years, especially on the west coast end of Canada. Going through the Canadian Rockies and all that, there's a lot of talk of creatures in the woods. You have probably known it over a bunch of different names over the generations, but recently a lot of people call them Bigfoot or Sasquatch. That is your best guess, based on what, documentaries you've seen more recently on TV and what you know of Canadians.
Well, come to think of it, I do. Before I left, I was hanging around this logging town, and a couple of guys were jawing on about seeing trees knocked down, bent down like this. I went out, took a look at them myself, actually. Loggers, they're jawing, they're telling their tall tales and whatnot. But a lot of them were talking about that they're Bigfoot. If you ever heard of that, they're Bigfoot.
Jack, have you? I mean, yeah, you've heard of it. You're an American in 2025, but have you had to deal with a Squatch incident?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jack's dealt with several different kinds of Sasquatch over the course of his career. Several different regional varieties, and he has the same thought. The bent trees, they're a pretty standard Bigfoot sign. So that's sort of where his mind goes to as well.
Part of me did want to read the situation correctly, but take the wrong conclusion from it, because oh yeah, I've seen this all the time. This is definitely a Wendigo.
Just spoil your control of the narrative entirely.
Yes, Canadian Sasquatch. Canadians, you got Canadian vampires, you got Canadian Sasquatches too. We call them Wendigos.
I don't think that's correct.
Right, because it's the baseline knowledge that he lacks.
Yeah,
we call them golems.
We call them billabongs.
So yeah, I guess in terms of what you guys have, you have this limited pile of little information. You can investigate the site if you want. You can go around town. See what else is going on.
Yeah, I was just about to say. All right.
I was doing a side quest of my own to see how long I could just, throughout the story, just stay in the diner and eat pie. but
you just are on your phone all the time. You don't actually join them in any of the mysteries. You just sit there and eat pie.
Yes. I'm the big name actor who was hired for the day, and we shot all the scenes in the diner so that he didn't have to actually go to any other shooting days. Yes.
Just sits there eating pie.
Yes. I'm the Steven Seagal of...
Is that who oh yeah, there's a fun little thing. Who does everyone imagine themselves played by in this scene?
Oh no, not Steven Seagal.
I'm seeing Jack as like a Walton Goggins type.
Really? Okay.
I want to say Topher Grace,
Cool.
maybe.
What am I seeing? I don't know. Maybe like a Tom Selleck-ish person. Once again, like a hard-lived 55-year-old who should be morbidly obese given the amount of pie he eats, but is actually like still somehow doing okay. Probably just terrible cholesterol.
The Mr. Burns theory of medical longevity.
Exactly. All the bad things get stuck, and they can't.
It's like it's like yeah. I think it's
I'm
similar to
invincible,
when similar when you find like a skinny alcoholic where it's just like it's because they've just completely given up on food.
Yes.
Mark is running entirely on nicotine and pies.
Yes.
Oh, actually,
Nicotine, pie, black coffee.
actually, Bill, if I could take mine back and say, just in general, any like famous skinny guy like that from the early 2000s that was famous, like Dax Shepard, Matthew Lillard, any like Devon Sawa, any of that group.
Why from the early 2000s? So
Yeah,
not a
you're-
president.
Hold on. Wait a second, Steve. We have to talk about this. We're middle-aged men now. Your time frame is way fucking off there.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, Dax Shepard, Devon Sawa. Like you're covering like 20 years there.
Yes. You're covering people who are like 46 years old now.
Some people who were in Without a Paddle at some point.
Which I saw in theaters. What a deep cut. Jesus. A Seth Greenish type, you know? Young.
A Zac Efron. No?
No,
But you
not
know
that
what?
pretty.
Not that. Okay,
no,
not that
yeah.
pretty. All right.
For our Gen Z listeners, it's Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy
let's say.
Chalamet is what I was thinking.
Yes.
Also, yeah.
Because he's in everything now.
He
Yeah.
is. No, I think investigating the site seems to be the most logical next step.
Yeah, we should head up there. Ed, why don't you come along with us? I'd like to kind of keep an eye on you.
What, Jack? Come on, now I didn't do nothing.
Hey, you
Out of pocket, as the
you
kids
had
say.
something else to do. You just told me you're just wandering around.
Well, I'm not just wandering. I'm looking. I'm looking for.
Ed, in that
someone.
moment, your phone vibrates in your pocket.
Oh, excuse me. My phone's vibrating in my pocket.
A quick glance shows you have a message from a dating app.
Oh, excuse me. Let me take a.
You thought you may have had some interest later today.
Oh, I mean, okay, Jack. I guess I could come for a little bit, but I really got to be back in town by around 2. I have somebody I'm meeting.
We'll table that for now. That's fine though. Come on. If you got some experience with Sasquatch, I might be able to use the help anyway.
Wendigo.
Sure. Gertrude, I think we're gonna settle up here if that's all right, ma'am.
Great, thank you, honey.
And then I snap Gertrude's neck.
Fill it out. I put it on the agency card. Fill it out. Make sure I get the receipt. Kind of just old hand. I have the receipt. I file it away. Like I put it in a,
In your little
Special,
file
like,
folder thing that you always
my
keep.
little file. Yeah.
Yep.
That I've got in the other breast pocket of my jacket.
All right. So you guys file out of the diner into, I assume, Jack's truck and head up to the construction site.
Yeah, I'll drive if we don't have any objections. Ed, you should be able to fit in the back there.
Oh, I don't know. That
Yeah,
that
you-
seems pretty unsafe. There's not even any seatbelts in the bed there.
Well, I mean, you could sit. There's some seating space. It's a little bit of extended cab. There's a seat back
Yeah,
there.
you just move the passenger seat down.
yeah, you
move
just
it in the
gotta
back.
climb in behind.
All right, it's just
I mean, if you want to ride in the flatbed,
Well, no,
guess.
I
I
mean,
just
you might
might-
be more comfortable in the back, but
Well,
that's up to you.
My legs are pretty long, because of the aforementioned comparison to folks like Matthew Lillard, Devon Sawa, and the like. But
Sometimes when I want to feel alive, I just let my buddy Billy, who I've known since high school, drive around in his pickup truck, and I just stand in the flatbed, standing up, and just scream into the elements. And it's one of the few times I really feel alive. So if you want to do something like that, I don't hold it against
well,
you.
that seems patently unsafe there. I'm sorry, what was your name?
My name is Mark William Findyah, but you can call me Will. Will Findyah.
And that's your real Christian name?
yeah, I think
that
it's
is-
I think it's Swedish.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll get
There's
that
actually
back.
one of my favorite chairs is called a Findyah. You actually can build it from IKEA.
Oh, really? I tried one
Yeah,
of those
there's-
once. It fell apart almost immediately.
Well,
And there were
you must not
it
have
was
built it
it
right.
was missing like 18 of those wooden toggles that are supposed to keep it together.
I will not have you besmirch my favorite chair.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get off on the wrong foot like this. I'm just
I'm just
so
saying,
sorry.
Ed, this might be part of how you keep alienating people. Does the chair matter right now? Is the chair important?
Well, I guess not, but
Sometimes you can let shit
It's
go,
okay.
man.
too often people let too much stuff go, and then it's hard to get back to it.
Are you getting in the back? Or are you
Yeah,
getting
I'll get in the back. Okay.
Jack, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You remind me of someone.
And then in the TV show version of this, like a sentimental piano riff plays as I stare at Ed.
Oh no, I'm totally getting. I'm gonna pay for the Nickelback song.
Oh God.
Which
Yeah.
I was like, which one?
Photograph.
Obviously, it's photograph.
Weirdly enough, it's something in your mouth. Cause you look so much cooler with something in your mouth. That's what's playing as I look at the 17-year-old boy.
As it fades to you picturing a scene with you and your former partner.
Which nobody knows about this right now.
No.
Yeah,
right now you just seem like a pederast.
Yeah, and that's all we get as the audience. We just see you kind of fade and space out, and in a brief moment, it flashes to you with a few silent moments with that piano still playing, with a striking young lad next to you who looks pretty similar to Ed. And then that fades away. The piano fades as we find ourselves at the construction site.